Hi guys, Hasina here. Ready for another chat. Um, so how I like to set these up, I like to get all that paperwork out the way, digital paperwork out of the way. So if you're liking these chats, please hit the subscribe button below. And you can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, uh, using the backslash Hasina Music, and on Instagram as at Hot Love Star. So I'll have those links below. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these chats. So please comment, let me know what you're thinking. All right, that's out of the way. Today's chat, I have a few things on my mind. So I don't think I'm going to address them all today. I think I want to stay focused on one thing. And before I start this conversation, I would like to make it clear. I think you guys know this, but I'm supposed to say it. I am not a doctor at all. These are just things that I think about. These are suggestions that I have. These are things that may or may not have worked for me. And I just want to talk about it. So, something about me, I have always had a high threshold for pain. I just, it takes a while for me to really feel pain. And to the point where, like, sometimes I've been not my best, been under the weather, been sick, and it takes me a long time to realize. So by the time I realize, I'm super duper sick, So that's, I don't know, some weird noise. So that's always kind of like a thing that I was like sort of proud of. I don't know why. It was just like, no, I'm fine. Like, you go to the doctor and they're like, well, this is gonna hurt or this needle's gonna hurt. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I have a high threshold for pain. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now, my question is, just because you have a high threshold for pain, does that mean you should put yourself in the position to receive pain? Or at what point do you realize it's too much? Now, right now, I'm talking about that from a physical standpoint, but this is also very apparent on an emotional, mental, and spiritual standpoint. Because funny enough, I'm the same way with like, oh, it doesn't bother me, it'll be fine. I can get over it, it's totally okay. And it's not. It's really not. And I thought that I might have started a conversation about this separately, but I actually watched a video from Julesy, and she was talking about checking on your strong friends. It was a really awesome video. I will put the link below. So this is all interconnected. Stay with me. I know it's like, what is she talking about? But in the same way, I'm like, I have a high threshold for pain. I can handle it. I'm strong. It's the same way. Oh, well, this doesn't hurt me. This is not going to upset me. Or I'm upset right now, but I can handle it. I can take it. It's fine. No one's checking. It's cool. No one's checking for me, but it's cool. All these things. And the question is, at what point do you say, okay, this is not an attribute that is beneficial to your life? It's something you can do, but should you? And for how long? I think it's time to start questioning what you can endure. Of course, there's going to be banging, sorry. What you can endure. And should you endure it? Just because you can, should you? We need to ask. I'm learning this for myself. From a physical standpoint, I had some of the health issues that I had. I couldn't even focus on the pain I was in. And only when I started to get some of the symptoms taken care of did I realize that I was in so much pain, and I didn't even like allow myself to focus on it. And a doctor suggested that I take another medication for pain. I'm not a medication person, even though I've been on it. It's not my cup of tea. The least amount of stuff in my body that's necessary, the better for me. So I was really hesitant. I was just like, I don't want to be on any more shit. And I don't, like, I don't know. I was like, I can handle it. It's really, really hard and it's terrible, but I can handle it. And the doctor said to me, okay, you can handle it, but you're creating pain memories in your body. So your body is always associating with this pain and kind of getting too familiar with this pain, not knowing what the body can feel like without it. So immediately, like, it was like, it made sense, but I didn't really want to hear that shit because it was like, my brain was just like, more stuff. I don't want to take more stuff. And finally, you know, I slept on it, I thought about it, I meditated on it, and I was like, you know what? The least I can do is try. So I started taking the medication. It wasn't immediate, but it actually wasn't super long either. And I started to not feel the pain I was feeling. And the craziest part was my body was like almost like in disarray, like in utter confusion. My body was like waiting on the pain. Like I was sitting around, and although I felt good and although I felt functional, I couldn't actually move because I was sitting there waiting for this pain to remind me of what's normal for me, the pain. And I was like, oh shit, that's why I needed to take the medication. I don't recognize myself without pain. That's not cool. Your life is not meant to be pain. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. It's not meant to be pain. And so I have to relearn my body and what it can do and what it's capable of without associating with pain. And I realize I have to do the same in my personal life. I'm always the person who, I'll be fine, I can take it, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And real talk, I cannot take it. I cannot take it all the time. I have the ability to take it. But should I? Should that be my life? I don't think so. And I'm learning that I don't want to. So back to the story, back to Jules's video on strong friends. I am that strong friend. I'm that strong friend. I'm that strong family member. Let's just keep it really, really 100. I'm that strong person on the street. I am always that strong friend, that strong person. But it doesn't mean I want to be all the time. That doesn't mean that I don't want someone to look out for me, to say, are you okay? How is everything going on with you? And let me be fair. And this was in her video too. I am not easy in that way. If you ask me what's going on and how I am, you're not getting everything immediately. At all. Because I feel like I have not personally felt the level of support and care on a consistent enough basis to feel like I could have that conversation. And I have some really cool people in my life, but I gotta be really, really honest that I don't feel that. The only place that I really feel that is with my husband. You know, and that's, you know, that's more because we're just really bonded. I don't, that's another conversation, but I don't think it's solely based on the fact that we're married. I think we just built that bond, but I don't have that bond with a lot of people because there's no place where I feel like it's going to be, you know what, she's going through some shit right now and I should really talk to her about it versus like, she'll be all right. Hasina's gonna be okay. Don't worry about her. She got her own shit. She cool. She makes it happen. And not always do I. Or maybe it looks that way on paper, but it's not the case in terms of my feeling. You know, I'm a human being just like everyone else, and I'm learning, you know, that like not feeling pain, I don't even know what the fuck that looks like. So it's definitely time for me to, you know, figure out how to build those relationships or be honest in the relationships that I have to say, you know, I'm strong, but I don't always want to be. And I'd love for that to be recognized. And when that's recognized, I also need to do the work of feeling comfortable in stating that that's the case. So that's work to do everywhere. But I'm certain I'm not the only one. I'm certain that that's something to be discussed further. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna put that link below because that was a video that really stood out to me. But yeah, so just because you can endure it, ask yourself, should you? Maybe it's time for a break from the pain. Maybe it's time for a break from the suffering. Maybe it's time to get some healing. Maybe it's medication. Maybe it's physical therapy. Maybe it's time to have a real one-on-one with your friends, your partner, your family, and say, hey, I need someone to look out for me too, because we need each other. We need to know that everything doesn't have to be struggle. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely comment below. And I'm going to sit with that thought for this week. I hope you do too. And I wish you a blessed week. We'll talk soon. One love. Peace.